So this time we will talk about resultant force. This will be our last for today's class. Resultant force. Now, when we say resultant force, it means that is the vector sum of all the forces that act on an object. All right. Now, when we have two forces moving in the same direction, like you can see on your screen, F1, F2, they are moving in the same direction and they have the same line of action. As you can see right here, they have the same line of action. They are moving at the same point. Now, to find the resultant force for F1 and F2 we add the two forces. Because the forces are moving in the same direction, we add the forces. So when you have two vectors, for instance, they are moving in the same direction, F1 and F2, what we do is that we add the two forces. In other words, I'm saying that when two forces or three or more forces are moving in the same direction, to find the resultant force, we add the two forces. That is for this concept. Now, when we have two forces moving in opposite direction, for example, F1, F2, or let's say I have F1, F2, when two forces are moving in opposite direction along the same line of action, that means they are on the same point. What we do is that the resultant force is equal to what? The larger force, which is F1, minus the smaller force, which is F2. You see? So when two forces are moving in opposite direction, to find the net force or to find the resultant force, we subtract the smaller force from the larger force. That's one. Two, if you remember, I said that a vector has a size and direction. So this is the size. This is the size, or it's called a magnitude. It's called a magnitude. It's called a magnitude. Now, what do you think would be the direction of these forces? The direction of these forces would be in the direction of the what? Larger force. So the direction of these forces is in the direction of the larger force. So I can say the forces we move in the direction of the larger force. To move in the direction of the larger force. So in other words, we are saying that because it's a vector, it has two quantities. It has the size and it has what? The direction. Next is what we call the resultant of coplanar forces. When forces are acting in the same plane, they are called coplanar. They are called coplanar. Now, co, and we have planar. Please note that co means same, and planar means what? It's a plane. It's plane. So when we say coplanar, it means that the forces are on the same plane. Okay. Now we can determine the magnitude of a vector, and the process of doing that is called vector resolution. We have four methods that we can use to resolve vectors. We have four methods that we can use to resolve vectors. The first one is called the triangle of forces method. The next one is called the parallelogram of forces method. Then we have the use of cosine and sine rule method. And we have the resolution of forces method. Please note that the first two methods are called graphical method. They are called graphical method. While the last two methods are calculation method. They are calculation method. They are called calculation method. So for this class, we shall focus on resolution of forces method.